Hi, I'm Joey.T.Cartoon.P and you're watching the Cartoon Palooza. Last week, if you were following my show, not that I'm implying that you have to follow my show, but it would be kind of cool, I reviewed All Dogs Go to Heaven. An awkward shot of toon-tosterone which ranges from classic send-ups to golden age animation to something that shows its age. Although it didn't do well in the box office, it became a sleeper hit on video, which I can relate to because that's how I saw the movie as a kid. Otherwise, it spun off into TV series, a holiday special, and a direct-to-TV sequel, All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. While the production value isn't all there, and most of the main voice actors didn't reprise their roles, at least it doesn't make such an impact since it wasn't released in theaters. Hey, how you doing? I'm in the middle of a review here. Don't you think you could have called another time? What the hell are you talking about All Dogs Go to Heaven 2 being released in theaters? This thing has DTV written all over it. Don't you think it would make more money on video, you know, like the first movie did? Well, it was a hypothetical question. Yeah, okay, well, thanks for calling. Let me know. Bye. So yeah, All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. Released in theaters. You may as well make a drinking game out of all the inconsistency between these two movies, some of which range from making no sense at all to just flat out disregarding the last film. Just in its premise, Charlie and Carface seem to be friends again, which takes what character we gave to Carface, throws it in a doggy bag, and flings it into another state. Carface hated Charlie, and now all of a sudden they're friends? Sure, he'll backstab him later, but it's one of those traits that made a threatening character and replaced him with a neutered version. They even replaced him with a more mellow voice of the late Ernest Borgnine, who you might recognize for his Academy Award-winning performance in Marty. However, most kids would know him for this. However, if this movie has something going for it, it's the fact that unlike the first film, this movie has a more coherent story. If not disregarding the first one in huge mouthfuls. In heaven, there's a horn that opens the gates, letting the dead rise into heaven. However, Carface makes a deal with Satan, who now takes the form of a cat in this film, even though in the last film had him as a Chinese dragon dog. Requiring that horn will allow him to trap all the dogs from heaven to his personal hell in Alcatraz. But what happens if the angels send one of their own drop to retrieve the horn, realize it's a Deus Ex Machina, and ruin your entire plan?
Don't be ridiculous!
I told you so. Now before you can say, awesome premise, but how does this have any continuity to the last film? Charlie and Itchy, who died between films with no indication to what happened to Anne-Marie, are sent to Earth to retrieve the horn. So this means they're going to be sending it into the 1930s Louisiana, right? Nope. They changed the setting to San Francisco into the 1990s. How do I know that? This guy over here. Just look at that hair and tell me with a straight face that it couldn't have come from another generation outside the 90s. This is our movie's Anne-Marie, who can talk to the dogs and wants to become a street magician after running away from home. I'm not gonna go out of a limb here, but I'm gonna say that the kid is, his parents died. Now, I don't want to say this to come across as a dick, but it seems like in this period of film, an emotionally troubled kid is either an orphan, like in the last film, or has parents that are divorced and can't stand living in a split household. After a while, it becomes repetitive, and it doesn't help since this character is literally a cardboard cutout. The only thing that keeps Charlie hanging around this brat is the fact there's a chick he wants to boink.
You left your doggy bag.
All right. Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot.
There's more than enough. If you want some company, we could stick around.
Hey, Charlie, remember there was a gateway to heaven that keeps good souls from their deserved bliss? Come on, you couldn't have forgotten all your character development from the last film. I mean, just a smidgen, and I don't think you were this rotten.
You must hear this all the time. But you sing like an angel.
There's also a noticeable difference in Charlie's voice. I mentioned that only Burt Reynolds could voice this character. I may stand corrected because we will have playing Charlie now is, Charlie Sheen. To be fair, it works to Sheen since he and Burt may as well be the same person from different generations. However, the downside is that they sound nothing alike. And as far as a movie that's already throwing its continuity down the crapper, it doesn't help when we give Charlie a singing voice that sounds nothing alike.
I will always be with you. I'll be by your side, whatever you do.
What happened here? Did Charlie Sheen's balls drop another inch?
Winning.
Oh yeah, based on the characters from All Dogs Go to Heaven. Just imagine if this was in continuity to that movie, like a sequel. You know, like it should have been. Overall, All Dogs Go to Heaven 2 is one of the many unnecessary sequels made to get whatever milk is left out of a dry cow. Just look at these backgrounds and secondary character designs. They reflect what I think the animators were thinking. You know, if the script isn't trying, then why should I? As far as it being one of the worst sequels I've ever seen, not even close. Though I think what it all comes down to is how well the first movie was. And if I had to be brutally honest, the last movie was slightly passable. Really, what made the first film work was the character animation on the animals and that really bizarre humor. Take that away and you have this movie I'm watching today. A very forgettable one. So let me just give it its appropriate stamp of approval. I'm Joey.T.Cartoon.P and thanks for watching this episode of the Cartoon Palooza.
I will always be with you. Makes no difference where your road takes you to. Even if we're apart, now we're joined at the heart. Though our moments